Hi, I'm your host, Karen Miranda, and Spirit Medium. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side. We are coming to you live from QATV Channel 8. The lines are now open, and I'd like to welcome back my friend Frank Hogan to the show as a guest again tonight. Thank you for coming back again, Frank.
It's a pleasure, Karen. It's always a pleasure to be with you. And tonight it was kind of a little bit destined because I was in Marymount taking a little walk, down by the water. And Marymount is the part of Quincy where people who are psychic and lawyers, and it's the merry-go-round. Do you know anything about the story of Marymount?
With the energy, and to build up the energy.
It was the natural conclave of artists, magicians, lawyers, people that got banned from the professions, and they went to Marymount, and they used to have a Marymount, where they'd run round and they'd sing.
Oh,
and it was actually a very spiritual Marymount.
And you told me once years ago it used to be a place for the witches to go and
sure,
before they went to Salem or something. Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get going tonight too, I'd like to wish all everybody a happy Kiwanis. I'd like to also wish my Jewish community a happy Hanukkah, because Hanukkah's going on right now, and in a couple of weeks, of course, Christmas, and my the community of people with Kiwanis too. And I just want to get going with one thing I want to talk to you about, Frank, too. And you at home, the lines are now open, and feel free to call about spirits coming back. How the spirits will communicate with us, but they really do come back sometimes, because I had one time asked my teacher in class one time, can spirits come back? And she said, yes, they can, because sometimes they give you more evidence and information, and it's nice to know, when they do that. But I guess, okay, well, I know that, but you got to give me that little extra piece that people sometimes do go looking for. Hi, caller, you're on the air. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hi, can I get a reading?
Yes. Have you ever been to a medium before?
Yes.
Yes. May I have your name?
Karen.
Karen. Hi, Karen. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, I'm going to get going. Just to let you know, I'm feeling a woman around you. Is your grandmother over there?
Yes.
Your grandmother? I'm feeling a woman's grandmother vibration, and she's coming in very loud and clear with me tonight. And I'm feeling, when she was here, she knew when people knew when she was in the room.
Okay.
She had a good, strong energy about herself.
Yes.
Before she got sick, and as she aged and all that, And I'm feeling, it's much easier for me to breathe now, because just before, of course, as you age and everything, people do have trouble with breathing. It's much easier for me to get around and do all my fun things that I used to do. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, and I've seen some family resemblance with her. Hair cut close to the head.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense to you? Like at one time she had her hair cut short with curls.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yes, if you understand. No, if you don't, thank you for that, by the way. I appreciate that. And she's got a really nice smile.
Yes.
She's very kind and loving and being very nurturing towards you. And sending you lots of abundance of love, and I'm glad you can understand that.
Yes.
You miss having her around, especially with the busy season coming up.
Yes.
Busy. She's busy over there, and she's getting everything all ready for the holidays, because she's in the house like she would do when she was at home, and everything.
Okay.
She just had to have everything just so. Do you understand that too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she has all the family over there, but she's keeping them in line a lot better.
Yeah.
If you can understand that coming from her. I'm also feeling, is your grandfather over there too?
Yes.
I'm feeling he's coming in a little bit too with her. They're holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
If that would make sense to you.
Yeah.
And I'm getting, him a little taller than her.
Yes.
And, very, he's like, standing up straight and tall for you tonight. And I'm getting some height on him. You're understanding this coming from him?
Yes.
He's with your grandmother, and he's just smiling away, and he's enjoying, telling all his stories and gabbing up a storm with all the others. And he's saying he's happy he doesn't have to worry about money anymore.
Okay.
Would you worry about that? Understand that about the money? He said, it's nice. I don't have to hide it anymore. And I'm glad you can understand that come from your grandfather. He said, I'm happy because I have my set of hair back.
Yeah.
It was really thin and pretty good before he crossed over.
Yeah.
And it kind of like bothered him a little bit. Of course, men would never admit, about, how hair loss bothers them. But it did with him because he, that's like their, I don't want to say trophy, but that's the only way I can word it for you. Okay? And I don't know if you understand about your grandfather, but I feel like he was very athletic when he was young.
Yeah.
He was?
Yep.
He was. He's very athletic, and he was very, very, very good at, the sports and stuff.
Yes.
And these are their memories because they'll share what they did, okay, and what they did when they were here on the earth plane, and they'll tell me their memories and stories. And he's saying it's so wonderful to be able to tell my stories now because people have to listen over here.
Ah.
And you can understand that?
Yes.
I'm so happy you can because he's saying, he's smiling for you tonight. He's just got this big happy smile, and he's saying, I'm just so glad that like he's with the family over there, and your grandmother missed him a lot when he crossed over.
Yes.
Does that make a lot of sense?
Yes.
And she's, she was very sad for a long, long time.
Yes.
And now she's happy, and
Yes.
she's very, very happy. And she said, I'm back into my girlish body, my younger body. If you can understand. She loved to dress up, by the way.
Yes.
She loved to dress up, and she liked to have everything matching. Just so, I'm seeing her with the little, those older style pocketbooks. Did she like to have? I'm feeling she liked to have those pocketbooks with her when she went out.
Yes.
And she kept her prayer things inside the
Yes.
pocketbook.
Yes.
And I'm
yes.
feeling like rosary beads. Does that make
Yes.
sense? Rosary
Yes.
beads, and I'm seeing
Yes.
the rosary beads carefully tucked. And somebody still has some of her beads here.
Yes.
And she's saying, once in a while, they take them out and they say some prayers for her.
Yes.
And I'm glad you can understand that. And she's saying to say thank you for praying for her and thank you for keeping the rosary beads. Is there a set of blue ones?
Blue rosary beads?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
Okay, find out if she had a pair of blue ones at one time, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm seeing blue ones like, that she had at one particular time because she had a big devotion to Our Lady.
Okay.
Okay, and that's going to make sense, okay, just to tell you that. And she's just smiling down nicely to you, and she said, I'm so glad, it's that somebody was there to help her with her care.
Yes.
And she's saying to say thank you for helping me with my care, and she's enjoying a good book, by the way.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
She loved to read when she could on her spare time, but she was always busy keeping the family together.
Yes.
And I'm glad you can understand that. She's just saying, I'm so glad I could breathe easier now, and she's more coherent now. Like she's more alert again, and all that good stuff. Like before she crossed over, she wasn't as alert.
Right. Right.
And I'm glad you can understand that. And your grandfather's happy. He caught up with one of your uncles. Is one of your uncles over there too?
Yes.
Yeah. He's saying, when your uncle crossed over, it was very, very quick.
Yes.
It was a very quick passing. I'm feeling chest trouble in my chest area.
Yes.
With this, it was like my heart closed up really quick, and there was
Yes.
nothing anybody could do for him.
Yes.
And he said he didn't suffer
Okay.
because it just went very, very fast. And everybody still misses having your uncle around.
Yes. Yes.
Because he's saying, I'm still the life of the party. I'm the life of the party over here. And he said, and he's saying, I'm so happy. He's being a little bit colorful with the words. You would understand that, right?
Yes.
Being very colorful with the words, smoking and, just sitting back in this, and just, being, again, going back to being colorful. And I'm glad you can understand that because he's really making me laugh.
Yes.
But that's how his mannerism was when he was here.
Right.
And he's making me laugh, and he's just, saying, he was glad to just get caught up with, your grandfather and your grandmother.
Right, right.
And I'm glad you understand that come from, and he's happy he's out, at the beach again, too.
Yeah.
He liked that in his leisure time, your uncle was saying, but all my time was leisure when he could make it, Dad.
Right.
And I'm glad you would understand that. And that message for you tonight is, Just keep the faith.
Okay.
Can you understand that?
Yes.
Keep the faith and keep going forward.
Yes.
And don't let anybody tell you what to do. You know, people trying to give you advice, if you can understand that.
Yes.
And that's when you miss having your grandmother around and that one-on-one with her.
Yes.
And she's saying, she's listening in, even though she's not in her spiritual body, she's physical body, she's in her spiritual body. It's coming in through like this because of, you know, not being so alert before she crossed over.
Yes.
And I'm glad you can understand. That's what they'll do with me with the clear sentience end of it. They'll make me feel what they were feeling. And she's saying to say thank you for being there.
Yeah.
And tell her to go out and enjoy a good movie.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that would make sense. And I'm seeing popcorn again too. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
With lots of butter and all the good stuff she loved to eat, and I'm so happy you can enjoy. And she said they don't make those machines anymore where they could put all the butter in at the theater because she's. And I'm glad you can understand that coming from her because I see all that butter. I'm like, whoa. I said, boy, the cholesterol, you know. But she said, she's just saying, you know, she's doing all that good stuff again, and you know, for you to go out and enjoy a good movie, and just do what you want to do, okay?
Okay.
And I want to wish you happy holidays.
You too.
God bless.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I love when they do that. It's their memories. You know, they tell me about their lives, you know, in what they did.
This one was a good cook, eh?
Yeah, very good, very good,
time.
very good
You were
cook,
having
you
a
know?
good time. Do you find the spirits are nice around Christmas?
Yeah, it's
do.
Christmas and, you know, the different times of the year. And they're around all the time, but it just seems like there's certain times when they're in a little bit stronger. Because we get sad when we miss them. You know, it gets very hard with the grief at Christmas and Hanukkah and, you know, and everybody's, you know, holiday of what they celebrate.
I remember you telling me a number of years ago, you know, when you stopped seeing the spirits because it was emotional to you, and you thought they kept coming back to you and coming back to you, and they started visiting you at night.
Oh, yeah,
they more or less, the spirits forced you to come back to do this, you were telling me.
They did, and I kept trying to shut them down. I said, oh, no, this is not normal. And I would try to say, okay. But then everybody was getting readings. When I used to belong to Our Lady Good Counsel Choir, they were all getting, hi everyone, they were all getting, you know, readings, you know, and they were making sense to, they were making sense to the, you know, different choir members, which I was like, okay.
Well,
then, hi Carly, you're on the air. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, this is Debbie.
Hi Debbie, how you doing tonight?
Very good.
Good, good. Have you ever been to a medium before?
No.
No? Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I work as a medium, okay?
Oh, yes.
That way, and I won't give you anything bad or negative or anything like that, and I don't, you know, give out medical information, okay?
Okay.
And yes, if you understand who's coming through, and no if you don't understand who's coming through. Okay?
Yes.
And also, and yeah, if I could hear the sound of your voice, that would be really good. That helps too.
Yes.
Yes, and also too, I see spirits. Sometimes I gotta tell the older ones, okay, that's how you looked when you were younger, but you gotta let me know how you looked when you were younger, not when you were older. Just how you would recognize somebody, okay?
Yes.
But they love to do that anyway. It's nice to know we can, you know, pick how we want to look when we cross over, only when it's time for us to cross over. Also, I feel the presence of the deceased people around. And sometimes, like, their personalities will start coming through with me, or I'll feel how they, you know, crossed before they died. They'll make me feel what they felt, okay?
Yes.
I'm going to get going with you, okay? And I'm going to go. Did you lose a very close girlfriend?
Yes.
Did she have cancer?
Yes.
Yes, because I'm feeling a very close girlfriend that's around you tonight. Okay? And, you know, it was very difficult for her because of the cancer spreading throughout her body.
Yes.
And it was very hard for her. you know, just because it spread. But, you know, there was really nothing they could really do for her.
True.
And she's saying, you know, I'm back in my I'm in my spiritual body, but she's back in that healthy physical body she was in before she died.
True.
Can you understand? And
Yes.
she was, you know, kind of attractive looking.
Yes.
Yeah. And but she had some weight on her before she got sick. Can you understand that?
Yes.
And, you know, and thank goodness she had the weight, because when she couldn't eat anymore, she lost a lot of the weight.
Yes.
And I'm glad you can understand that as well.
Yes.
And, you know, she said she was a fighter. And I know you understand that, because she was very strong-willed.
Yes.
Did she, I'm feeling at one point in her life, she liked to help children.
Yes.
And she's helping, you know, she loved to help children. And I'm feeling teaching around her.
Yes.
Like, I'm glad you can understand that coming from her, because the students she had, some of them still miss her.
Yes.
Very, very much. They miss having her around. And
Mhm.
her death was just so quick because, you know, in the end, when it was just like, there was just like nothing they could do.
True.
I'm glad you can understand. And she has all her makeup on for you tonight.
Yes.
And she loved to wear makeup. And I'm getting, you know, the earrings. She liked to wear earrings too.
Oh, yes.
She loved those, you know, those big, I don't want to say gaudy, but you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got them on, by the way, over there. That hasn't changed. And she's also telling me to tell you, yeah, they're big and gaudy, and somebody still has some of her jewelry too.
Right.
I'm glad you can understand that coming from her. And she's saying, and she's enjoying a good night on the town, by the way. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Coming
Yes.
from your girlfriend, you really miss her friendship a lot, she's saying.
I do.
You really, really do. And she said she has some photographs of us together that you keep.
Sorry.
You have some pictures of her?
Yes, I do.
And she's saying there's one special one with you and her together. I'm feeling like you were by the water or something.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad that's making sense, because usually the photograph thing, but I said, oh, well, what was in the picture with you? And she said, we were by the ocean, water, and I'm feeling like she loved the ocean too.
Oh, yes.
And she's at the beach today. She said, oh, it's nice and warm where I am. And, and I know you would understand that coming from her. And she was a pretty good swimmer, by the way.
Oh, yes.
She loved to swim, and she was very kind of athletic when she was younger.
Yes.
You know, she wasn't very old when she crossed over. I know that from her. And she's teaching over there.
Right.
She's teaching on the other side, and she's teaching, you know, she's helping like the younger children over there.
That's good.
And I'm glad you can understand that. Is there also a younger male that's over there for you too?
Yes.
I'm getting a younger male. I'm feeling really young with him
Yes.
when he crossed, you know. And he's just like he's like she's like he's with her, because when the younger ones come in like that, I usually ask the younger spirit children, are you with someone? And he's with your friend, by the way.
That's good.
That's good. And I'm feeling like he wasn't really old when he crossed over. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm getting young with him, a child.
Oh, yes.
I'm glad you can understand that coming from you, because it's very difficult, you know, when you have lost a child so young. But he's, you know, he's doing much better now.
That's good.
Okay, you were thinking about him earlier today.
Yes.
Yes, and she said she thinks about me. Did he have some stuff buried with him? Some of his things?
Yes.
Because yes, and did he also? I'm feeling baseball around him.
Baseball. Yep.
Baseball, and was some baseball things buried with him?
Yes, there were.
Yes, they were. He's saying to say thank you for that. You know, he's, you know, and he's playing a good ball again. And I'm glad you can understand that coming from him, okay? Because that's what we would call the clencher. You know, he always telling me, but some of my baseball things were, you know, put to rest with me. But he said, I'm not put to rest. But in a good way.
That's good.
And he caught up with your family and your girl. He's with your girlfriend tonight because she's helping him over there.
That's good.
So and they knew each other.
Yes.
Yes, and it's something how, like, you know, they will do that. And he's saying, and I'm putting the music on loud. If they don't like it, oh well. He's that would be how it would be when he was here.
True.
And he was cute too, by the way.
Oh, yes.
He was really cute. You know, you just want to give him a big hug.
All the time.
All the time. And does somebody have a teddy bear?
Yes.
When he was little, because I'm seeing the teddy bear, but that's still here.
Oh,
Does somebody still have like his teddy bear? Or like when he was younger, he had a teddy bear?
probably.
Okay, just, you know, check on that if, you know, you don't understand. Sometimes when they give me information, I have to give it anyways. But he's
Right.
with your friend, and he's saying, you know, I'm over here raising Cain, but in that kiddish type of mannerism, because that's how he passed as a child.
True.
And you understand that?
Yes.
I'm so glad. And he's saying to you just recently felt like you weren't alone, but there was nobody there in the room with you.
Yes.
That's just them letting you know that they're around you.
That's good.
And he's over there celebrating the holidays with your family.
Right.
And I'm feeling like there's a dad over there.
Yes.
That dad's saying to say hello to you.
That's nice.
And all three of them are together.
That's good.
Okay? And he's saying, and again, he's referring back to his baseball hat and everything. He's saying, thank you for bringing that with me, but thank you for keeping some of my sports stuff here too. And you would understand that as well.
Yes.
And his message to you is not to be so sad. And they really want you to, your dad and especially your girlfriend, and you know, I'm feeling the child is saying thank you, and just to celebrate life.
Thank you.
And I just want to leave you with that. And so celebrate.
I will.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
That's the message to you, is celebrate life and celebrate the holidays.
You too.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
God
Bye-bye.
bless. I just want to give them a big hug. I wish they were here in the studio. I always do that. I like to give when I have a client or
Well, that was
something.
such a nice reading, because you could tell how her voice, how she was still sad. But as you chatted to her, you could hear some smiling in her voice.
Which is
and
nice.
Oh, absolutely.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
And crying's also a good thing, too, because crying helps with healing.
Yeah.
People feel like, sometimes...
There's so
about the
much we
crying.
have to talk about, but in case I forget, I need your opinion. Like if a person dies young and violently, and they're trying to contact... I'm refusing to speak from somebody just recently, young.
Just recently, that young man the person I told you about that was coming through, the young man that just died,
I know him.
Do you understand this, Frank?
I know the person.
Okay, it was quick, boom, because I remember he was around a while ago, too, with us, and then he'd come back, he was quick, he just couldn't take,
He was from
very,
that old...
it was quick with his crossing, and he was young, he wasn't old when he crossed
He was from
over.
that old neighborhood,
Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about...
Yeah, okay.
He was...
Shh, don't talk. See, there he goes. Just yes if you understand, no if you don't. But he was full of life when he was here. He had so much to give and so much to... Was he in the wrong place at the wrong time, Frank, too?
It was one of those things and he was shot.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time. See?
That's absolutely what it was.
Okay.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Wrong time.
People might say,
Shh, don't say anything, don't tell me anything.
Okay.
And that's what that's what it is. And sometimes when it's a shock death like that, it takes them a while to collect themselves.
Okay.
Like in Ghost, the movie Ghost, how Patrick Swayze, when he crossed over, it was like...
Oh, I didn't see that. A good one?
Yeah. And you didn't see that one?
No.
That's a classic.
No,
And when he crossed over, it was violent. So it took him a while to get unfinished business, and they do have some spirits do have unfinished business.
Well, you're answering my question without you knowing, but I'm sure you know.
Okay,
But you are answering it for me.
Sometimes, but they will, and then they do cross over. They do see the light. Most of the spirits I see have crossed over to the light. But there are earthbound spirits sometimes. I don't know much about earthbound spirits, but usually the ones, when I have communicated and connected with them, they have done it so the breathing, because it was breathing with him too. It was like where it was like boom, but he, you know, he was alive for a little while.
Your
like,
last
and then-
breath can be 1,000 years of time and pass in a moment. We know,
yeah, and it
we
wasn't
know
normal,
that,
but it was
yeah.
like, you know, they
Yeah.
worked on him for a while too. And, you know, not for a long time, but they worked on him. Because there was another one too that had committed
He-
suicide. There was a suicide a while ago.
No, they were both.
Shh, don't tell me.
Okay.
See, they're
Yeah,
telling me.
I
But
know. Okay.
I knew a while ago too, you know, I feel like there was a suicide, a male that committed suicide a couple of months ago. I'm feeling that, you know, he was found.
These, you know, the one particular one that we spoke about, but I can't tell you what you'll say because I'm telling you too much.
But there's two. There's one that was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
The two of them was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay,
But
well,
one-
don't, because I gotta shh, because I gotta give them a chance to speak and let one come forward and then let the
Well,
other
I-
one. But I'm also feeling there's another one that maybe in the city or something, I don't know, but he committed suicide and somebody was, you know, they were found.
Yeah.
And if anybody can understand this at home, just to let you know that there was been a spirit, a male spirit around me, and I don't know if he was with you or somebody
No,
knows somebody that.
This is a separate spirit
Okay.
that, you know, like.
These are two
when-
different. These are two different ones that
Yeah,
they
when we were
coming from
talking
for
about
you.
this young spirit a few weeks ago, it hadn't actually happened. What had happened.
Don't tell me anything, okay? And I'm feeling that, and I'm also feeling there's a little boy around tonight. He's around 10 years old, and this little boy came through a little bit the last show, and then there was another. I'm feeling it's the same little boy that was at a house I went to about a month or so ago. He's been around. I feel like he's trying to get a message to somebody. So if anybody can understand a little boy that died when they were 10 years old, yeah, I would, appreciate it if you feel comfortable enough to call the station to call. But because his message is, I am fine now, and not to be sad about my crossing over, just to fill you in on that one.
Well, we have found, like, sometimes it might be a month, 2 months, sometimes a few years before the right spirit finds the right medium.
That's that.
That's what happens.
The right medium to go to communicate with them, because sometimes they're not ready to communicate to a certain medium, but then they'll feel likes on the other side. And I was a very teacher that I really did love to have as my teacher. She was wonderful because I said, well, a lot of spirit children come around, or teenagers or young adults. And she said, well, you're like a child, but in a good way, because likes.
Likes,
yeah. On the other side, our tongue twister, likes on the other side. So it's really nice when, that happens, because then, like I said, I just think it's the medium. It could be the medium's energy, or sometimes, like, a person can block. They can block
That's what I'm trying to do with the spirit myself. I'm not ready, because I haven't grieved enough, and I haven't given enough thought. But I can feel his presence, but I don't want to recognize his presence because I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
No, and it's okay. It's okay to grieve too, because you need time to heal.
I need time to celebrate his life.
It's acceptance. Acceptance. There's 7 different stages or something of grief. I don't know. Like I said before, I don't know the full stages.
I just feel like I want to celebrate his life a bit more with other people.
And just remember the good things. Remember all the good things and the happy times that you had together.
It's a busy time of the year, and there's a lot of things to do, so I've not been able to sit down with some of his mutual friends and talk about the person, and I'm not prepared to speak to his...
Because you're not ready yet.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready yet, and that's okay.
Well, I'm glad
you're human. We're human. People forget that we're human too. And I believe, like, you're so intuitive to the spirits, and when they're around, that everybody can connect with the other side. It just depends on what your level's at. And when you're grieving over someone, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to, the process. But you know what's nice too, which I had learned from my friend Gus, who's in Ireland. I don't know where he is right now, but my friend Mike would know. And he said, try writing a letter to your deceased loved one or friend. You know, and put a letter and write down all of your feelings, because letter writing is wonderful, you know, way to, okay. Letter writing is a wonderful way to deal, you know, to deal with your grief.
Because it focuses your mind on that individual and what you're doing, and I think that opens the gates slightly for the communication between the both. Between
the two. Hi, Carly, you're on the air. Welcome to Whispers from the Other Side.
Hello.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. I'm watching you, and I just thought I didn't think I would ever get a chance to get on, but I did.
Yeah. Hi. What's your name?
Marty.
Marty, I'm glad you got through.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, but my family ain't doing too good. My kids, a lot of aggravation.
Okay. Have you ever been to a medium before, Marty?
Yeah, my daughter took me to one in Quincy, the church or something there.
Oh, this First Spiritualist
Yeah,
Church in
I've been
Quincy.
there,
That's where I learned to learn and grow as a medium, and they're so wonderful up there.
Yeah, she loved it. My daughter wanted to get involved. She's the one that took me there once. Yeah.
Okay, don't tell me anything, okay?
I won't. I know you say that all the time, right?
And I know, and I know you guys, and I also know that, like, you guys get excited too.
I am, yeah. That's my biggest habit. That's my biggest problem.
From your loved one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling a female around you that's over there.
Oh?
A female?
Yes.
I'm getting a female energy that's around you. Is your daughter's mom over there?
No.
No, because I'm getting a mom over there. Is your mother over there?
Yeah, my mother's over there.
Your mother, okay, because I'm getting mom.
Oh,
and I'm glad it's what you said, mom. Is, you know, just, you know, glad she's doing fine. No, that's a good thing, okay?
Yeah,
and that's really good. But I'm feeling your mom is around you tonight.
That is unbelievable. My mother's never really come around. She comes around.
Yeah, she's coming in very loud and clear, by the way.
Yeah, she's been gone a long time, yeah.
Yeah, can you understand that?
Yeah, I hear it, yeah.
Yeah, she's very, she's coming in very boisterous with that forceful energy she had when she was here.
Oh, yeah.
She was very, like, powerful. When she came in the room, you all knew it.
Oh, boy, yeah, okay.
And you better have listened, by the way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Sure it does, boy, that's
I'm so glad it does, because she's saying, and they listen to me now. They don't have, you know, she said, but she's learning to lighten up with everybody, because they're learning not, you know, they're listening to her, but it's nice they, you know, she's like learning to relax and everything, because she wasn't always a person that would always relax. Can you understand that coming from Mom?
Yes, yeah.
Mom is, you know, doing a lot better now, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm glad you can understand that. And she's saying, I'm in my girlish body again.
That's good.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that sounds good, yeah.
And I'm feeling, you know, her very, very, very nice lady, very, you know, very nurturing and very kind. And people miss that with her, though, too.
Yeah.
And they miss that forceful, you know, very strong energy.
Oh, very strong, yeah.
Very, very, very strong.
Could I say something quick?
Don't tell me
No,
anything.
nothing about this. Just what I was thinking today about her and my two sisters.
Oh, don't see, there he goes.
All right, I shouldn't have said it. I just
see, if you go to my church, actually, they'll say that's feeding of medium information. That's a no-no.
Yeah, I know, but
okay.
I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
see?
I'm just saying I was thinking of it because it's been a long time.
Your mom is coming in a very strong way.
You. Yeah.
Just to let you know that, and
Okay.
she's saying to say, you know, I'm keeping everybody in line over here.
Yeah, she said she was that type.
And she's saying, and she's also saying too, and I'm feeling a dad. Is her dad over there?
Who?
Your mom's dad, is he over there? Is your
yeah.
Is your dad over there?
My dad's over there.
Yeah, they're together.
Oh, that's real nice. That is real nice. Yeah.
That's really, really, because he's been over there a very long time.
He sure is. Yeah.
Years and years and years.
Yep.
Yep. And he said, I'm that dashing young man I was before he aged, because I'm feeling, you know, he wasn't old when he crossed over, your dad.
No, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting, you know, I'm getting like above his 50s when he crossed over.
No, yeah.
No, it wasn't? Okay. Because I'm feeling a male that's over there that's in his 50s for you.
I don't know who that
You don't know
could
who
be.
that is? I
Yeah.
don't know if Frank would understand that,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to get back with you and I'll ask Frank afterwards, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But, yeah, your mom is saying, well, I'm the one that's speaking and your two sisters are listening like they would have to when she was here.
Oh, sure were, yeah.
She'd keep them in line,
Right.
if you can understand that.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
But they're learning, like, not to take it so heartily, if you can understand that.
Yeah.
Not to take it so heartily. And Mom is speaking really clear. And one of your sisters had cancer?
No,
No, because I'm having a female that's around here that did have cancer again.
I don't know. It could be
Okay,
somebody
so
else.
I'm just going to ask, just have her wait her turn and to say, okay, you got to back off. But Mom is the one that's coming through tonight, but she would anyways if she was here.
Yeah, sounds good.
Your
Right.
sisters really are just like sitting back. They all looked alike, by the way.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
All
they
the
were,
family resemblance is there and everything, and I'm glad you
Right.
can understand that.
Yeah,
And coming up with the holidays, you do miss having your deceased loved ones around.
yeah, sure do.
It was a big family time when they were all here.
He sure was, yeah, it was big, yeah.
Whatever you celebrated, Christmas or whatever your
Yeah.
faith and religion is, But they're looking down on you, but in a good way.
That's good.
And all three of them are like giving you big hugs.
That sounds good, yeah.
And I'm glad you can understand that coming from them as well. And your sister is saying, she's saying, I'm over here and I'm having a lot of fun again.
That's
And
good.
she's enjoying shopping, by the way.
That sounds good.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yeah.
One of your sisters is coming through, the one that loved to shop. The other one's just like, because she has stronger energy than your other sister. You would understand that too.
Yes, yep.
Because I had to ask one to step back to let the other one come in to speak. And she's saying, I'm shopping up a storm. Don't have to worry about the shopping bill anymore. And I'm glad you
Yeah.
can understand that this coming from her. This is the one that liked to shop, okay, not the other one, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm so happy you can understand that coming from her. And she loved clothes, by the way.
Right, yep.
And she loved to buy jewelry too.
Yep.
And some of her jewelry is still around.
I don't know, because it's
Don't
been a
know,
long
check-
time. It's
check.
been a long time, yeah.
Okay, but I'm also feeling somebody has a music box that's here.
I don't know. No,
Somebody had a music box. I got to give that to you anyways.
Right,
Check with someone in the family.
right.
Or if it's somebody that's watching, because they're showing me a music box, unless it's for somebody else, but I just have to give that anyways.
Right.
But your family's just extending lots of love to you.
That's good.
And they're saying also for you to go out and go shopping. Don't put your Christmas shopping till the last minute.
Yeah, right.
But he will, though. He won't listen to us. And you would understand that coming from them.
Oh, yeah, right, definitely. My mother especially, yeah, she did
Yeah,
all
your
that.
mother's quite the hot ticket, and she hasn't changed over there at all.
Not the way you're talking, she sure didn't.
Yeah, just be ready for it, she said, And you're opening up more and more, she's saying to me.
I am, yeah.
You're opening up, and you're getting more and more curious about, all of everything, with the spiritual world. And they are looking in on you, but not 24/7. Mom says it's good. Your sister's saying it's great because Mom's not on my case as much.
Right.
And you would understand that because the one that did the shopping was more the one that raised Cain when she was here.
You're right, yep.
Yeah, and she's saying I got my record player on, I got the music on loud, and I'm enjoying a good rock song.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you can understand that, and for you to go out and enjoy the music.
You're right, that's a well, right.
And I just want to, I just want to leave you with that, and the message to you is from your sister. Don't leave the shop until the last minute.
That sounds, yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that sounds good, yeah.
And happy holidays.
That's good. I'm glad to hear from them because, like I said before, in my mind, I was thinking the whole three of them, yeah?
Yep, and they're all three are together tonight.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, and your sister's happy because she can peek and doesn't have to worry about getting caught opening up the Christmas presents.
Right.
Would that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because your other sister used to get blamed for it.
Yeah, right there. Used to,
You
yeah,
know,
right.
and she tried to wrap them up better, I'm glad you can understand that.
Right.
But she's saying it's great, I don't have to worry about unwrapping them over here because I know what I'm getting ahead of time.
Right, yeah.
And happy holidays to
Same
you.
to you, and a lot of health, too.
Have a great night.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think that's good advice to us all, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't leave it till the last moment.
Don't leave it till the last minute.
That's
Always
good
online shopping. You know.
That's good advice for us all. Well, that was very female-dominated, the spirits there, weren't
Yeah,
they? Wasn't it?
they will do that.
But I think the man you were talking about, it could have been one of the sisters' husbands or children, because I felt they were all there trying to give Marty advice tonight.
That's why I have to ask him to step back.
Mm-hmm.
You can speak, but you have to wait your turn. Because, you know, being sensitive to yourself and open to this, that if you're, you know, too many can come in, and you have to learn to, okay, you got to wait your turn, and the stronger ones will come in. The weaker ones.
Mm-hmm.
Weaker ones will come. Weaker ones will come in too.
Oh, they'll come in.
It's just
as we said earlier, they'll come back if you don't allow
they
them.
will.
They keep coming back.
They will come
do.
back. That's when you say, okay, well, you know, I know this about you, but you got to tell me that about you.
Yeah.
You know, you got to give me that extra
Did you
piece.
feel the mother was trying to support Marty?
Yeah.
I did
Hi.
too.
Hi, Carly. You're on the air. Welcome to Whispers on the Other Side.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing tonight, Mary?
Good, thank you.
Good. Have you ever been to a medium before?
Excuse me?
Have you been to a medium before?
No.
No?
I'm into psychics, not a medium.
Oh, that's okay. Everybody is psychic. We all are, and that's a good thing. And I just, you know, I will explain to you quickly how I work as a medium.
Sure.
Okay, I see spirits that have passed away, and I tell the older ones, okay, that's great, but don't let me see how you looked when you were younger, because not everybody in your family knows how you looked when you were younger, you know, and then I also see stuff they owned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they also show me how they passed, and
Okay.
also it's their memories that they're sharing with me that they did with you when they were alive here on the earth plane.
Okay.
It's their memories. They also make me feel how they crossed over. Like when we were just talking, like sometimes I can feel a whole bunch of people around, but then I got to say, okay, you have to wait your turn to let the next person come in, okay? And also they'll also make me feel how they crossed over.
Okay.
Okay? So yes, if you understand, no, if you don't, like the caller before he gets excited, and it's not always good to tell me, give me any information, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do diagnosis, and I don't give you any bad messages or anything like that, okay?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Is your dad over there?
My what?
Dad? I'm feeling a dad.
Yeah, yes.
Dad around you? I'm feeling Dad coming in very lively and very strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Very strong-willed. He was a feisty man.
Good guy.
Good, yeah, good. Don't tell me anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's feisty, good guy. Very hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard. Worked a lot of hours.
Yes.
And I'm feeling, at one time, did he like to tinker around with cars when he was young?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just a little, like, as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm seeing the oily gloves, like, on the side, okay, next to your dad.
Yeah.
And, he got back to some of his hobbies again over there.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you miss having him around a lot.
Sure.
Especially, like, coming up with your holidays that you celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also saying, I was the average guy, but I wasn't a bad looker, he's saying.
Good looking.
Yeah, very good looking. Hair slicked back when he was younger. Had a nice head of hair.
Yeah.
Cut close to the head.
Uh-huh.
And casually dressed, but when he did go out, he did like to dress.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling dark brown hair. Brown hair?
Light.
Light, yeah, because I said brown hair. Because there's another one over there with the darker brown hair, but I'll wait a couple minutes before I get going with him too, okay? Don't tell me anything, okay? The brown eyes. He was quite the looker when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
Very dashing.
Yep.
You can understand that. I'm feeling service with him. There's someone over there. Service, okay, because I'm thinking that. Because you still have some of his things when he was in the service.
Yep.
Yep, and he's saying she has a lot of. You still have a lot of his stuff.
Yep.
And he's smiling down, and he was going like this, but I'm shaking my head like this because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm feeling somebody over there had cancer too.
Yep.
Okay, and Dad's with them. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, and I'm feeling the person that had cancer. I'm feeling a female with him.
My mom.
Your mom, yeah. She had cancer.
Yeah, they both did.
Yeah, thank you, because I was seeing both the things as a cancer, but sometimes I won't give, some things and stuff. But they're all healed, by the way.
Good.
And that would make sense. And your mom is saying, I'm going around like I used to. I'm really dusting around the house, but I don't have to worry about my house getting dirty anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that's making sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
But your mom is also learning to take time for her.
Good.
And she's saying, that you were there to help her.
Yeah.
You helped her a lot too, by the way.
Yeah.
And she's very happy that you were there, and you helped it to make it easier for her crossing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yep, 6 years.
And I'm glad you can. And she's saying, just the cancer got the best of her.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, the cancer really, it just ate her up really quick. She went through the chemo and all that. Can you understand that?
Yep.
And she said, but just in the end, she just couldn't go on anymore.
No.
No, I just couldn't come on. Does she have a sister over there?
Yeah.
Does she?
Yeah.
Because she caught up with her sister, by the way. And she's with
Good.
your dad, too.
Good.
Because they were very close.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very close. They shared secrets, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you can understand that coming from her. She's with your dad and your sister. And your dad is saluting you from the other
my
side.
sister or her sister?
Huh?
Her sister.
Her sister.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said she caught up with her sister
Yeah,
over
she has
there.
two of them over there.
Yeah, and don't tell me anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But she caught up with her sister over there, and your mom is with your dad.
Good.
They're all three are together, and you were hoping to hear from all three tonight.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm feeling, do you have a close male friend over there?
Just my dad.
Yeah, just your dad. Because he's saying it was like a friendship. You missed that very special bonding with him.
Yeah.
And he's saying, but I'm listening in on the conversations. You talk to him all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And your own thought. And he's saying she's got to learn to smile more.
I always smile.
Yeah, but lately you've just been a little sad missing them. This time of the year.
Holidays bring that out in you.
Huh?
Holidays.
Yeah, it will. He's saying, he's so happy that, you love life and that you have all that fun energy to you. He's giving himself credit for that because he loved life too when he was here.
Yeah.
He loved being around you kids. He put in a lot of hours though too when he worked.
Yeah.
Very long hours. And when you guys really treasured when Dad was home.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad you can understand that coming from him. And he's saying, I'm so glad my cancer's all gone.
Mm.
And I'm feeling in the lower, part of me where some of the cancer happened.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you can understand that. I'm getting the lower part of, I'm glad you could thank you. And I'm thanking your dad as I go along, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just, being that kind, caring, nurturing person, here, that he was here, but he's being that way over there. That hasn't changed.
No.
And he's enjoying a good sport over there.
A sport?
Sports, yes, I'm feeling there's a male
He's
over
an unbelievable athlete.
there. Huh?
Unbelievable athlete.
Okay, don't tell me anything, because that's what it probably, he can move around a lot quicker with, very athletic, very sports, but don't tell me anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But he did like to enjoy his sports, too, on TV.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can understand that. Don't tell, I'm seeing trophies. Did he win some trophies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I'm seeing somebody still has trophies. Not a lot, but...
Yeah, there might be some around.
Yeah, they're probably tucked away somewhere.
I might have some.
You just gotta go and look, like, when when they collect stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he just, tuck it away.
We have a scrapbooks.
Yeah, or like a rap pad. I don't mean to word it that way to you, but you know what I'm talking about. And she's saying, yes, all the stuff she has from us, But it's just, but it's all tucked away. And you would understand that coming from Dad.
Yeah, it's tucked away all right.
Yeah.
No one else wanted it. I got stuck with everything.
Oh, see, I know, right?
It's all right. It's all right.
There's always that one person, how, when they do that in the family, they get stuck with all the family stuff?
Oh, yeah.
You
When
know,
you're the youngest, you get stuck with
you
everything.
get stuck. Oh boy, that's what I'm in for then.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're the youngest? You'll be all right.
I'm the youngest in my family.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Well, my sister can have that job if she wants. That's okay with me. But you know, and he's saying, yeah, he's saying he's out moving again, and he's out, you know, enjoying a good sport. And I'm feeling at one time he did like to run.
Yeah.
Very athletic with the running. And I'm glad you can understand that coming from him.
Mhm.
And I'm also seeing some medals with him, by the way.
Mhm.
And I'm thanking them because to me that's the clincher with them, you know. And I'm just thanking him as he goes along. He's saying it's so much easier. I'm back to myself, and he's got all his faculties back.
I hope so.
Yeah. Oh, he was glad to get those back. Are you kidding? He was just like, you know, he didn't like you fussing over him though.
No.
No, he was just because of how he was, very, very independent and very proud man.
Yeah, proud and private.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. That hasn't changed over there, by the way.
No.
No, he's very proud, very private, and he's there with his dad too.
Nice.
And
They never knew each other.
They know, no, well, they caught up now, and I
That's
do believe
good.
we do catch up with people over there, and when we do crossover, and you know, I don't, you know, you never knew him, but I just gotta give that to you anyways, and you know, just feeling like there was a male figure that he's with over there that he did look up to.
Yeah.
And does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, I'm glad that's how they will interpret it to me.
Might not be his father, though.
Huh? No.
Might not be his father.
Huh? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It might not be his
No, I'm
father.
feeling like it's not his dad at all.
Yeah, because
But it's-
he never knew him.
Okay, yeah. No, but this person, they're together.
Good.
They're coming in together, and your dad is just saying, I'm with mom, and your mom's with her sister, and he's just walking, they get chattering up a storm. He's just saying, I'm not going to hang around. You know, they would get gabbing and everything like that.
No.
That would make a lot of sense to you.
Probably going to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. They're saying, oh, the women are cackling again. I got to,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean, chattering up and gossiping and doing all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And they're saying it's great gossiping over here because we don't get in trouble.
There you go.
There you go.
They weren't gossipers.
Oh, yeah.
They like to say the rosary.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're having prayer hour over there, by the way.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't changed at all. You know, but they're saying that their faith, your sister is saying her faith kept her very strong.
Oh, yeah.
And she did pray. Your sister, when she was here, though, she did pray for everybody.
Yeah, but it's fine. My mother's sister.
Yeah, and yeah, but don't tell me anything, okay?
Yeah.
But the message to you is, you know, go out with your girlfriends and, you know, over the holiday season, just get together and go to lunch and just sit back and relax, okay?
Yeah, that could be a horror show.
Your father's saying frightening, by the way.
What, frightening?
Like frightening, but in a good way.
Oh,
know?
yeah? Going out with the girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, but to do that, okay?
Sure.
Just, you know, you just go out and, you know, have some fun over the holiday season. Try not to get too stressed out, okay?
No, I don't get stressed.
That's the best way to be, I'm telling you. It really
That's right.
is. You know, and he's saying, thank you for the prayers.
Yeah.
She prays to us in her own way.
All the time.
Yeah, oh, it's like a litany.
Huh?
It's like a litany.
Every night.
A litany.
Gotta
of the
say
thing.
prayers.
Yeah, and she has her prayer cards. Do you have prayer cards?
Oh, yeah.
And do you have some of their prayer cards from when you get, you know, when you go to the, they show me the, like, little prayer thingies, that the different ones that died.
Yeah.
Do you have those still?
Well, yeah, I go to a lot of wakes. I have them in
yeah.
a box.
Okay, because they're showing me all of those. She says she's got quite the collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's saying, they're saying...
Which is unfortunate.
I know, you know.
It might be an Irish thing.
Oh, yeah. My mother's Irish. That sounds
Yeah.
about right. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And they're saying to go out and enjoy a good Irish jig.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And happy holidays.
You too, pal.
And happy
You have a
New Year.
nice holiday yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, you take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I love when they do. I love when they do that. But, you know, and that's why, again, when they, you know, will share what they did.
I thought you were talking about my prayer cards or my wife's. We keep them and we read them now and then, and some of them are so beautiful, aren't they?
Oh, they are pretty. I've kept a couple. My aunt Mary, She has the Irish prayer on the back of hers, so I kind of like even tucked that one
May
particular
the wind
card.
be at
And,
your back.
but it's got to be an Irish thing because my mother has them, you know, and stuff. And I'm sure the English, you know, you have yours too, you know, and everybody collects them because some of them are really pretty in the pictures they put on them. You know, it's like a little memento type of thing.
Do
You know?
you know where the name Hogan comes from?
No.
It's an Irish name. It's we go back to the late King of Ireland,
I thought
Brian
it was
Boru, O'Hogan. But one thing I want before we get into that, because one thing I want to talk to you about. I was having lunch. It was just yesterday with a friend of mine who's into all natural healing and organics.
Oh, the organics, that's a good thing.
Yeah, you know, everything natural organics and holistic healing, and we were talking, and she was telling me where she buys her essential oils and everything, and she buys them up in Salem at the Witch's store. Well, this is a woman that's very into it. She's a nurse practitioner, and she's the one you might have seen on television. She had
But you can go to, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you can go to also the New Age stores to buy stuff, you know,
the purest, yeah. This is a lady that's so into it. You might have seen on television a few years ago a school teacher that had a cold remedy, a natural cold remedy.
You know?
That was her. Now she has one of her own remedies, which she's doing in Puerto Rico for sleeping. And she was telling me, go up to Salem to the Witch's store. They have the purest and they have the best oils. But I
also believe some of the stores around here, like there's some stores you can go to. If you can't get, not everybody can get up to Salem, you know, but there's stores they have, you know, the New Age stores where you can go and get, you know, the healing remedies and everything too, which is really nice as well, you know.
I'll get to the point now and turn back. And I was telling her about you and the spirit, the young guy getting to me. And she said there's an oil that they have up there that you can open and helps keeps the spirits away. Because spirits, she was saying the spirits are very sensitive.
I have a key.
You have a key.
I wear my key. In case you guys are wondering why I have my key on when I come on, it's because this is my grounding thing. It's just very important because sometimes you can get really bombarded, and it's like, okay, this is when I put my key on, I will tell the deceased loved ones, okay, this is when I'm open, and when I take it off, this is when I'm closed, because I don't want spirits following me home, so I got to remind myself before we leave, like, oh, as soon as I get home, this is my on-off stuff. You know, this is my on-off switch, so that way, because that way your people won't follow me. But they do have some really good New Age places around here, so if you can't get up to Salem, and I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah to all of our Jewish watchers tonight, and Happy Kwanzaa too.
And all shop early.
I know.
Don't
I
leave
go
it till
online like I did. I went
online
online shopping. I said, oh, the holiday crowd. I'm like, you know.
I did my very first online shopping this year.
And I just want to remind everybody, our loved ones are gone but not forgotten. And that is just thought away. Lots of love and happiness.